Hello, we are back, ready for the finals. How are we doing, guys? Welcome to the Weiss and Chill channel. We talk about all things Weiss, Sports and Chill with friends. We are today on the finale for the Weiss and Chill Christmas Bonanza. If you have been here throughout the day, thank you so much for joining us. And if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that follow button. We're 3 away from that 300 follower mark. If we can get there, that would be incredible. So if you haven't already, please make sure you share this around and just help us get those last 3 people. That would be awesome. Right. Callum, Chris, what a day. I said, oh yeah, we'll be done by 5 o'clock. It'll be fine. It's now 7 p.m. We are 2 hours. But it's not like...
To be fair, I told you this would happen.
Yeah, admittedly, I underestimated this. But it's not like the day's gone slow. We had to do an extra round because of the top 8, the playoff.
Technically, it was originally 6th round, but then we went to 5 round because we didn't have 33 players. So we basically had a 6th round because of a playoff. So it didn't change anything.
It really didn't. So yeah, that's been a day. I'm just gonna turn the brightness up on my my lights. There we go. That's better. But yeah, it's been a long day. We started at well, at least the staff started at about 9 o'clock this morning. The tournament started around 10:30. Or 10:30, 11. So it's been a very long day, and again, for everyone that's been watching, everyone that's helped, thank you so much. And again, I want to do a big shout out to obviously the staff of today's team game or tournament event thing. Obviously we've got the commentating team, we've got myself, we've got Callum, we've got Chris. Again, without you guys, we wouldn't be able to provide the content that we have today, so thank you so much. And again, a massive thank you to our judge team today, Matt, and to Diogo or McCann. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for volunteering and helping out today. Again, without you guys, we wouldn't have had the extra pair of hands that we would have needed just to, help people that are having problems during the day and things like that, and to resolve ruling questions. We wouldn't have been able to do that, so without you guys. So thank you so much. And again, thank you to the viewers. Thank you to everyone that played. It's been such an incredible experience to be able to do this. Like, I've seen the bros and I'm like, oh yeah, I could do something like that. And yeah.
It's not easy.
It's not easy because, again, I've been having to manage the stream. I've been commentating as well. I've been having to do everything on that end. So the stream has been run by me and only by me.
To be fair, after the initial 10 or 11 mistakes, we managed to get through it. Yeah,
shut up. No, overall, it's been a really great day. And, it's been a fantastic experience to be part of the commentating team and, to be with you guys. You guys have done a great job as well. Like, it's been an absolute pleasure working with you guys. On this last one, we are all going to commentate together, the 3 of us. So we're all going to work together on doing this. The triad, we're going to do this properly. So
one thing I want to mention regarding the
commentary today. Go on then.
So basically, we're always used to all these big decks to play into a competitive event. But because everyone's been bringing all these old janky decks or these random weird builds, it's like we have no idea how to commentate this. We literally just on the blow because we don't know how these decks are meant to perform or do.
But I'm so glad that that's what this tournament's done. I'm so glad that people have brought weird and wonderful decks, and it shows that some of them do bloody good, and it shows that English originals aren't dead. I'm so amazed that people have gone, you know what, I'm not going to try too hard. I'm just going to play a deck for fun. I'm going to try something out. They've used this as a proper sandbox playground. And it's shown to the community, there's so much you can do in this game.
Yeah.
And you don't have to play what is considered tier 0 or tier 1. You can still play something that's, designed to deal with tier 1 specifically. And, with the right matchups, you can still do very well. It's been fantastic.
Out of all the decks today, which one probably impressed you the most?
Oh, Log Horizon. I was so amazed, actually seeing that on stream twice and actually seeing the thought process behind the Log Horizon, Brian's plays. It made perfect sense into the current meta, and he played his game so well. I'm not surprised he's made top 4. I'm surprised Log Horizon has, but I'm not surprised Brian has, because Brian is an incredible player. And, he's really shown his worth today, coming in with Log Horizon and making a big upset. Beating some serious meta decks and, really making a stamp and finishing Swiss on X1, and actually, guaranteeing his space in the top 8 cut. you know, fair play to him. Like, I really
I mean,
can't.
to be fair, the only 2 losses he had today were against the same guy.
Yeah, it literally was. That's crazy.
What about you, Chris? Any spicy XP today?
I did quite enjoy the Capo matchup and the Project Sekai one.
Yes.
Those 2 decks really, I wasn't expecting to see too much of them. I've heard and read about Project Sekai, but I've never actually seen it being played, and to see it getting played and so efficiently as well today was just it was glorious. It gave me that extra bit of imagination about the deck, so much so that I'm actually thinking I might even build it myself.
One of those ones, eh?
So just as a bit of a warning to my local players. No,
sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah. So I think between that, just seeing everyone that's been turning up and seems to have enjoyed themselves, a wide variety we've seen throughout the day, it just makes me really happy to see that we have that variety, even when we have constantly bombarded with these things like the tier lists and such, where people look at them and go, that's what I must play. But I think we've shown today here that in Weiss, it's not always about you being tier 0 to tier 1 on a deck. It's definitely, a lot of it can come down to the player.
Absolutely. And
obviously for myself, it would be the sword art that Chase played.
It was interesting.
Great game to watch.
It's like, what is your game plan here? What do you do? What? Hang on.
It's funny. Chase came to me at the beginning of the day going, "Oh, by the way, I've just thrown some decks together because I've just borrowed some cards randomly, and like this is just a deck I've thrown together." Like, okay, great.
It's like what, 3 climaxes, but like 9 or 10 combos in the deck.
Yeah, and he literally threw it together. So the fact he'd done as well as I think he finished 3-2. So the fact he done as well as he did, like, fair play, you know, shows that Sword Art's not dead either. It's an incredible, just general thing.
It does make me think, if we had that extra round, how much would our top 8 have changed? That's one of my thoughts that I'm going to go to bed tonight and be like, how much would that top 8 have changed if we just had that extra round, give that the players that were 3-2 that extra bit of push, the ones that were 4-1. They might have lost another game being down in the 3-2s. Like, there's so much that could have thrown into the mess of the top 8.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, it's... I don't even know how to put it. Like, it's just been one of those days where the unexpected truly has happened. And it's really allowed the community to go, you know what? We're a bit different. We're a bit weird. We want to try something odd. And it just worked. Just a bit weird.
Just a bit.
Speak for yourself, I'm all utterly weird.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I feel like Chris is the most normal one here.
Yeah, that's saying something. Scooter gang.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. Let's move on to talk about the 2 decks going into the final. So obviously, we have just seen Garinsky. We're going to go over the deck just one last time. Obviously, you got the Stock Soul Choice 7 Deadly Sins. Again, looking at that level 2 combo that's going to be played at level 1 to try and plus the hand. Using the likes of the Grimoire, which I think in this matchup could be very interesting, just like it was against Mushoku Tensei. In that standby matchup, being able to lock the back rows where characters are standby to the back row, super relevant. The only thing could be, if Krone is actually like clever about this, he could basically try and do it so that he only standbys to the front row, because the Grimoire only hits the back row. So if Chronose is clever about this, he could try and use that to his advantage, and as long as he doesn't trigger the standby on his first climax, he should be pretty cool. Especially if he's going into his level 2 standby, which I believe stands and actually lets him just go off. But go on.
I personally think the that level 0 that basically support the 2-1 is going to be huge into this matchup.
Absolutely. Stopping backups and events, the 1-0, the level 0 Margaret, that's going to be massive here. So it's going to be so important to Garinsky in this matchup to be able to recycle that.
It just denies the rest counter, really, which basically is one thing Overlord doesn't want to see hold on.
Absolutely.
And plus you got the anti-change counter, and you've got that Overlord will have to take consideration into, because the Adachi is worthless in this matchup, because basically the Overlord deck cannot make reverses happen. So then you're actually pretty much a dead card here. So you're essentially relying on the anti-change counter and do your 2-1 to essentially beat overboard with the assist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another one of those cards we might just see sneaking in that we've not seen really in Grunsky's previous 2 games will be this Godly Samper. The ability to bounce, choose one of your opponent's level 3s and just send it to memory. Overlord will not like that at all.
No.
Just the ability to clear out a lane, stop any of the anti-burn that would happen, things like that.
Absolutely. Talking of Overlord, let's actually look at this deck because we've not actually seen this yet. So, Chronosay is playing 8 standby Overlord with set 2. And I actually don't know much about this set. So I know there's you know, a load of stuff going on. Obviously, you got the 2-2 event, which is actually a pretty crazy card. Again, you have to have the Albedo to actually play it. And then it's as long as they say, as long as you are level 2, choose one of your characters. If you are level 2, choose a character with either heteromorphic and Nazaric or grotesque race, I think is what they actually call it in the English format. And that character gains 1/5 and the following ability for the turn. Character opposite this gets -3 soul. And then if you are level 3, you can pay an additional 1, and if you do, choose a character and it gains another -3 soul. So it's a massive neg soul counter. I believe in the deck there are ways of actually just finding that back up as well. It's the climax combo that lets you actually salvage the event.
Just before we move away from that, then it is only 1 instance of -3 soul it ever gives out. It's just if you're level 2, you get it for free, and if you're level 3, you have to pay that 1. So it's quite a balanced event in that case. It puts itself into line with some of the mana counters that exist in the format. We were talking earlier about that.
Sorry. If you are level 2 or if you're level 3, it's not level 2 or higher. Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So
and then not forget about all the minus -3 souls and every freaking card on Overlord.
I think that was just a bug that someone encountered.
Yeah, so it still does that. It's just like everything gets -3 soul like 5 times. That's an uncalled bug.
We were talking earlier about that Grimoire might be doing big work in this deck, but I think the Overlord deck generally can actually play around this really well. So one of its standby combos is the level 2 Albedo, which what it'll do is it sacks itself off and early plays the level 3 into any slot, so that once again it doesn't need to be standing to do this. And as well as it can then stand by itself out to give us this 1/5. So the fact that the Grimoire does not stop it being moved into another slot and just stops it standing will not overly affect that combo overall for them. And then we've got the other combo, which I can't even remember.
Yes, so the level 3 combo. So the level 3 is the one that actually is required to be on stage to use the level 2 event. And it's if it's played from hand or by the effect of the level 2 change, or the level 2 effect, should I say, the auto ability, you get to heal, and then on attack with that standby combo, as long as that's in play, and as long as you've got 2 or more other characters, you burn 1, and then until the end of your opponent's turn, you do not take damage from auto effects. Which is actually quite big against Meliodas. That means that you can't take the burn damage on the full counter. So this could be quite interesting. It's going to be very much anti-auto damage versus anti-auto damage here. And so, I think in this matchup, the first person to get to level 3, I think wins.
I don't think that'll be even come down to going to level 3. The 2-2 Albedo and the 3-2 Albedo are off the same standby climax, so they're just constantly playing out the level 3 early and then getting that burn 1.
Don't forget the 2-1 Shaltier basically is a 3k on field counter, so it's like you can't really do much about that either.
No, you're right, absolutely not. Yeah, it's just you can send it to waiting room and give something 3k. It's a 3k JC counter. Which again, you're not going to get over that Albedo. It's going to be 10, 13 if you got an assist in the back row. You can also do a backup on top of the JC 3k, so you could do the Shelter into the 2-1 Nabe counter, or you could go into the Nexol counter, or you could go into the rest counter on top of the Shelter plus power. So there's a lot you could do with that.
I think one of the things we'll see in this is how the 7 Deadly Sins orchestrates its way to getting that combo off, if it's going to manage to get that combo off against Overlord, because Overlord just is really oppressive at level 1 at the moment. It's really strong, high power ceiling. It doesn't really need, therefore, to use a backup as much. and then just consistently at level 2, it just keeps looping itself over and over and over again.
Yeah, the interesting thing here though is that probably the weird thing about this deck is it only runs 15 level 0s. So if during that early game they do not see level 0s, they could be up for a little bit of a bad time, being slightly behind. But again, I don't think the deck minds being pushed, and it doesn't really care about not having too much stock. Like if they end up using the level 1 Irons combo, great, but it's not the be all and end all.
To be fair though, 15-0 is not much when you consider how decks like Sunshine used to have like 14 or less zeros.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, Sunshine did also run a very low count, so it's not like it's lower than average, which is what currently between 16 and 18. But on that note, we are going to get ready to move over. Yes. We are going to go into a thing where
I think Konote wants to die. Okay.
Yep. So we were talking just before there, just before we started the round, obviously, that we were talking about the lower count of level 0s that exist within Overlord. But it has got one of these things that we've not seen many of the standby decks that we've had on stream this today actually have, which is a high amount of soul triggers. It's currently running 23 soul triggers. So almost half of its deck is soul triggers. So that extra damage it's going to be able to push out should help the standby meta that it's trying to exist within.
Well, at the same time, though, even that constant amount of soul damage can also be a detriment, especially in the direct lanes. So if you don't really want to be pushing for like 2s and 3s, you probably end up being hitting for like 4s and that. So you have to also take into consideration it's like you don't really want to give the potential chances of cancelling in the late. Any standby deck that opens a standby and a drop basically would love to benefit going first.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the shelter is even more value, the fact that they managed to play a Vampire Bride straight off the bat as well.
That's huge.
For those that don't know what the shelter, the 1-0 in the back row does is whenever one of your battle opponents reverses a character, you can give out 1.5k. But the effect that we're mainly talking about here is that the fact it's got an act that you can activate up to 3 times per turn by putting a Vampire Bride from your discard into your clock to draw a card, which is additional clock and the ability to level yourself up at any point. There's no level locking really going to happen in this game for Overlord.
It's just the fact that you just get a 3+ of Constantine, no reason. And in doing that, I mean that's like 2 already, and we know Kunase runs 3. So seeing the 2 already in there, he could literally just put himself to 0-6 if he wanted just to draw 2. But I doubt he'll do that right now. He may do a cheeky one of them, but not both.
Definitely.
fair, the drop search, the quad top 2, in an 8 standby deck does feel a bit a weird thing for me, because it just doesn't feel. He went for 2, both of them to draw 2.
Yeah, I think he's probably decided that you want the hand size, especially for the fact that he's now going into these auras, which are going to diminish his hand just slightly, but at the same time fix it. So any card he draws is just extra benefit because it's going to eventually sculpt into something that's useful. Yeah, in the current Japanese meta, I think 3K is a solid number profile to have on the turn of play when you're swinging him. Not so much maybe in English, where we've got a lot of these 3/5s, especially with Hololive floating around, but in GP, 3K is 90% of the time more than enough.
Like you normally see those kind of profiles, the top forward on like a 2K body. But for me, when it just does that and does nothing else, I don't really see them getting run more than 1 or 2 off.
I think the benefit for it especially exists because the fact that we're running a standby deck here. So anything that you can do to fuel your discard just helps greatly. Things like the pay 1 stack self top 4s, you see those playing in standby decks just purely for the fact that that's that acceleration speed to get through the deck, fix the waiting room, get what you need.
It's just like basically one of those decks that were that just got hit the other day. It was the primary example, which been Quint, where it's just like it just had so much freedom. But that was on the previous ban list where they had a brainstorm, which was like mill 5 and then pay 1 stack for top 4. And it's just like it was just a free 9-card mill.
Yeah,
it was, well, not free, but you know what I mean. So you're basically telling me
everything I've been saying has only just come through.
Well, good thing it wasn't of much benefit then.
Ow!
I kid.
Do I hear 10?
Shut up! Look, I am managing the stream and commentating all on my own, okay? It's hard, okay? Words are hard.
Everyone's being just like me and Chris are just talking, just like, and then whenever Liam talks, it's just like they just see him.
The Elizabeth here that was just played. I think this is the first time we've actually seen it being played on stream.
No, we played it in the last game. It's a drop search with Gains of Soul in center.
Yeah, it's just one of those profiles. I really like these profiles. The ones that gain 1 soul in the center slot. Some people would say it's.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Triggering the Grimoire.
I do like the ability.
Yeah,
I don't think triggering Grimoire is that bad in this matchup, considering we've just sort of covered the fact that there's a lot of ways that Overlord plays around it or just doesn't care about it. Resting it.
The +1 soul in center, I do understand the reasoning for them, but I do feel like sometimes they're
greedy.
Yeah, they really are.
Just like that, greedy. Yep, going for the first Fukuzero or Gregory here. Considering what to discard here, I think. Okay, discarding the maid. Oh, he does see the rest counter though, so he hits 2 climaxes, but he has got the rest counter now.
Yeah, so I don't think he was that upset when he first saw the Vampire Bride, but yeah, the 2 climaxes are not great.
It wasn't not Vampire Bride. It was the green maid.
Yeah, but you saw the Vampire Bride on the top.
Oh no! It was the level 2. If you've got 4 or more, gain 6k, and on play, if you've got 2 or more characters, draw 2, ditch 2, and also on play, if you've got 4 or more others, you can choose a character and send it to stock from waiting room. Pretty good card.
I'm just gonna get some updated on the other game, but both players are on 1-5, and it's currently Brian's turn.
Ooh, Brian being Log Horizon, by the way, for context.
Mushoku is now at 2-1.
Very interesting. Thank you very much for the update, Callum. Moving back to here, so we can now see that Overlord are starting to just play their standard level 1 game. Actually hard playing the 1-1s. hard playing 1/1s like you'd expect to see in the likes of Bashoka Tensei.
Yeah. The good thing here is that you'll play the standby, which triggers with this design that's in the center slot, so it gains 2k if there's 2 or more other characters with on trait. And when it reverses the battle opponent, if its climax is in the climax area, choose a character in your room and return it to hand. So you're just salvaging. The big thing about it here is that you're plussing off the reverse and you're getting your 2/1 albedos out.
Yeah, the 2/1, 2/2?
2/2.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, again, you're not only just getting a free plus as long as you get that reverse, which, you know, play into a deck like 7 Deadly Sins where there's always going to be level 0s hanging around. You know, getting a reverse is not difficult, so getting a free salvage here. And then again, setting up, like you said, getting your 2/2 board set up ready to get your change into your level 3 albedo. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Wait. Chris said albedo. It's like your albedo.
It's albedo.
I've not seen the show, so I wouldn't know.
Albedo.
I pronounce it albedo.
Yeah, arubedo is the actual Japanese. Arubedo. Actually, it's not. It doesn't enunciate the.
I'm just like, what? How many pronunciations are there?
No, it's arubedo. Is the
why am I looking at the Japanese characters?
Arubedo.
It's far too late in the day for me to read them.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. It's arubedo. Anyway,
Yeah.
albedo.
Anyway,
Japanese 101. Get hit in the soul trigger there again. It's something again, like we mentioned earlier. 8 standby decks normally struggle to have some form of soul output, but when 8 standby Overlord has so many soul triggers in the deck, it kind of compensates for that. And just on that note there as well, Gorinsky on the Rize hitting a climax, unfortunately, could progress him further in his game than he'd want to be.
yeah, you could argue that he was being overly greedy on that Rize going for that 3rd card.
Yes, I agree.
Just because the fact that he hadn't seen that many climaxes already, but
not that it matters.
He cancelled it anyway.
not that it matters. What do we know? We know nothing, right?
Just
No one knows how to
anyway.
play Weiss.
Just cancel it anyway. That's the way to go.
Forehead, just cancel anyway.
So all you do is
That's why we're commentators and they're the actual players.
Exactly. I'm just
it's
the
not
guy
like
that got
there's any
lucky.
true winners in this chat. Sorry, Liam.
We're all winners in this chat.
We're all no, we're not.
I'm sorry. I have trophies to prove it.
Look,
I have years of
I
experience.
was the first loser. Okay.
See, he's the first loser. I am a winner.
I mean, we're all undefeated today, so it doesn't
That
matter.
is very true. We
Yeah,
are
that
all
is
undefeated
true.
today. This is very
No,
true.
I'm sorry, Liam. There's 0-10.
Oh, fuck. Anyway, back to the game. So, let's see. Yeah, played the Guild Thunder. Managed to get the marker.
I didn't catch what was a marker, but I don't think it was that important. I think it was just another level 0 that he's managed to get under there.
So the center at the moment, the center Eins is currently at 10k, apparently.
Yeah, so it's gaining 2k for its own ability, so it's sitting there at 7.5.
Yep.
And it's gaining 1.5 off of the
Arubedo.
But
So
yeah,
it's 9. But where's the extra k come from?
I'm not entirely sure myself.
I'm going to quickly ask the players.
I'm looking.
It will if it
At the front row. The front row Kokaitis. No, yeah, the 1k is from the Kokaitis from the front row.
Yeah, the Coyotes gives 1k
Because it
until
says
end of
until
turn.
end
and
of opponent's next turn.
Yeah, they actually
Yes.
made the power crossover turns.
Yeah, it is
what?
crossover. It is overturned, and it gives a hand on core as well. What the heck?
Holy
Crap!
that's
That card is good. What the hell? This
And
is actually
kind of
nuts.
And top try any order?
Jesus, what?
Yeah, I'm just gonna give my level 3 combo 1k
And hand on core. What?
That's like, what? This is a level 0. There's no cost to this.
It's a rare. Like what? And there's a top 2 rearranged. That Coyotes is really good.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, it's 500 power, so it is costed probably correctly. It just seems really good to have those 2 effects combined together, especially in this deck.
Yeah. The top 2 rearranged to make sure your standby isn't the first climax, isn't the first card you trigger, and then being able to just give hand on core as well. Just giving hand on core in general is just mad. Yeah, wow. That's, you see all these level 1, these 1/1s in standby with hand on core and things like that, and you go, oh, okay. Or they don't have it and they have power pump accordingly. So, for example, again, like Eris in Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah.
And you go, sure, that's balanced. And now this guy goes, yeah, this is balanced. But here's hand on core. And you're sitting going, huh.
So, coming forward in the Mushoku game, currently Brian is 1-6 and Mushoku is on 3-1.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we could actually see a Log Horizon 3rd place here. This is actually nuts, but we'll get Callum to keep us up to date on that. And whilst we're going through here, we're just getting through the attack phase of Garinsky here.
This has been quite evenly sided game.
It is. So Overlord now on 1-6, 7 Deadly Sins on 1-4. We are timing the finals. To be honest, I will probably... Do we not time the finals? No, we probably... We set the expectation now.
Camera's gone a bit blurry there, but it's obviously because he's just drawn such hot cards out of his deck that it's seen coming off of his hand.
It just broke everything.
Yeah, it's
I mean, we're
20 minutes on the clock.
already 2.5 hours overdue from when Liam said we'd be finished by.
This is where I think Cronus is going to have to make the decision. Does he want to go? Is he going in for the Albedo the combo for that, or is he going to try and stick and maybe play another Ainz and do double Ainz if he can, going into the following turn?
I don't know if it's worth being too greedy because realistically, Garinsky's basically hand is not that great. So if you can just get rid of the board, that'll be the first primary thing to do.
I mean, either way, he's going to get rid of this board. I don't think he has any problem clearing out these 2 lanes that are existing here.
Agreed.
But I think it's just a case of whether he's willing to go into the Albedo.
I'm more basically suggesting the factor of that just set up so basically you just deny the 2-1 potential in the next turn.
Yeah,
so
there's always that option.
Because the Shouter essentially does that for you. There being a 3k body. Cool, another draw 1.
Yeah.
For God's sake.
Jesus. Like...
How is this card free and does not pay 1?
How was this in set 1 Overlord? And how did it get overlooked? Like, holy crap.
It got overlooked because a standby Overlord was not a thing.
No, but even then, still, even standby door would benefit from this. Like, even just set 1. Maybe not as hard as this, but it still would benefit.
Because the big benefit of this, where basically you could just standby out the 1-0 easy, and then you just
here it comes.
Constantly,
Climax comboing into level 3
you can just start clocking them on your level 0. Then when you're level 1, they'll be in the waiting room just for you to clock them again.
There we go. So he's got the change. He gets the event to hand.
That's the climax effect.
And then also standbying out the 2-2. Yep. It's that loop is just nuts. You play the climax into... Again, you activate the level 2. So even if you haven't got a level 2 in waiting room to bring out again, you can just send it as part of the cost for climax combo, and then you just standby it back out, and literally for 0 cost you just recycle your entire standby condition. It's man.
Yeah, that and on top of it is, but also the climax for the climax combo for the level 3 to deal the 1 damage.
Look like there's another standby popping off here. Do you think he'll need that 1-2 anymore?
No, probably not. No, he's probably... I was about to say, looking into one of his lower level 2 costs, his Brainstorm, which is a top 3 Brainstorm, which, in my opinion, is probably the most underrated Brainstorm in the game. I think the top 3 add a card Brainstorm is actually nuts. And it took until Zombieland Saga for people to go, huh, this is really good.
I was a fan of top 3s before that. Just like I was a fan
from both 3.
Huh?
From both 3.
From the promo?
The twins one. The rare.
Because Slime had set 1, and then you had Kakia set 1 also had it.
Yes, it did. As soon as I saw it in both 3, I was sitting there going, huh, okay, sure.
This is going to be starting to become That is definitely 2 free cards. It looks like 3.
What was that? What was that, Cam?
It's like, if you're looking at Garinsky's hand, it looks like it's 3 cards there.
Yeah, it's definitely 3.
It's just one of the things that the Overlord does. It's one your typical standard buy deck where it's trying to maintain a board state. It just slowly eats away so much from your opponent's resources, just their hand in general, because you're never getting those reverses, because it's just huge in general.
Yep.
The fact that you're then pinging 1
Oh,
from level 1 and preventing any revenge pings, because you're also stopping the auto effect stealing damage on the return.
Yeah, absolutely.
well, I just saw a snippet of the other game, and Alex kind of just had 2 tap counters go straight into his clock.
Oh no. Oh no.
And then he had 2 more cards follow suit while he's now on 3-4.
Oh god.
So he does not have any form of defensive.
What's Brian on currently damage wise?
2-1.
Wow, okay.
And he's got 1 more swing, which is basically just trigger the door. So he basically got another 2 damage, but it's cancelled. So
Okay.
realistically, it is not looking good for Alex here.
So in terms of time, we have got 15 minutes remaining for the final round.
Only 15.
Here we go, grabbing the level 1 anti-level bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he wants to start dealing with the level 3 here, and force him to basically not allow him to have multiple copies of it, because as soon as that happens, he's in big trouble.
You really want to just clear them out some way, shape, or form, especially if you can get them so that they're not going to waiting rooms. So sending them to memory, sending them to stock, just anything that causes your opponent to have to think about how to get them back in.
He's going to use that 2-1 on the shot here. He has to.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Like, you can get the anti-backup event thing. That's fine.
Saying that, as long as he'd have to attack with a Gill Thunder first as well. Otherwise, he'll just JC and get rid of it and basically give no reverse target.
Yeah.
So if he is going to Gill Thunder here, he has to go into the shout here, which he's preparing to do, and he has to attack with a Gill Thunder first.
Yeah, and he has
Did
to
he
also
have another attacker?
What? Sorry.
Oh wow!
No, so yeah, he's going into the Adachi to deal with the level 3. I think this is a clever play.
Can you even Adachi reverse?
He really wants to see the Margaret.
What do you mean? She gets the Adachi gets reversed, and then it's stock bomb.
Yeah, what I'm saying is basically there was something that basically just denies.
You on about the hex proof?
No, just denies her from being reversed like an Itsuki.
I see. I believe that's the level 1. No. Actually, no, I don't think there is.
He got the Margaret, which he definitely had to have that Margaret, because otherwise...
Yeah, because otherwise backup's going to ruin the day. Yeah, exactly. Like the rest counter. And it also stops the Neg Soul coming down now as well for this attack.
Yeah.
No, you can't use events. Just confirm with the players there that you cannot use events when using the Gill Thunder when the Margaret's out.
It's just got a plus towards here.
Oh, that's one climax. Oh, it's only one climax. That's not bad. That's a +3. That's not terrible. I'd take that.
It's not ideal for the game state that he's in, but yeah, it's not the worst. You tend to expect to see at least one climax in those sort of combos.
So we could see the counter come down here. I think Chronosay is. Yep, there we go. There's the Neg 3 soul counter. I was giving the free -3 soul to the level 1.
There's no reason not to play it, just because of the fact that he's going to get it again for free the following turn when he
yeah,
plays
100%,
the 3-2 again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Brian's about to cock himself to 3-0 and start the pop off.
I can just hear Garinsky go, if I side, it's -4. He was like, yeah, I'll just side. This is fine. So he just accepted that he weren't going to kill that or do any damage. So I was like, yeah, I'll just take the stock. This is fine.
I mean, yeah, the only way he was dealing any damage was if he triggered 2 soul, and then he was only dealing 1 at that point. So
-3, yes. So I was just doing the math in my head there. Maths is hard.
The top 3 hit.
And again, we won't know what he adds because it is just add a card. He hasn't got to reveal the card he adds. So it could be a standby, which is scary. Just imagine if he just goes, yeah, here's the 2/2, here's a standby. There's that level 3 I just dealt with and it's back now. Because that is doable. Let me just stop. The level 2, does it have to play it from hand?
Albedo plays from waiting room.
Yeah, if you do, choose one in your waiting room. It plays it from waiting room as well. Oh, that's even greedy. That's even
really,
like.
The only thing they actually really did there was make it so that
he doesn't have multiple.
Had to actually play out a stock.
That one, and secondly, he doesn't have multiple. That's all it's done.
You got Katsuki and the bodyguard coming in.
So we're seeing the 2 to get moved up. So are we going to see
expecting a standby here? If not, it's still like a 4K. Yeah, 4K. So it's still beating middle. So it's the wrong standby here, I believe. It's the iron standby.
That. He's playing over the top of his Gregory, which just gives him extra speed as well.
That's it. Log Horizon takes 3rd.
Wow, there we go. Massive congratulations to Brian, taking the 3rd place spot with Log Horizon. And given that you are the top seeded UK player, you also win the £25 gift card courtesy of Blaze TCG. Congratulations, buddy. You deserved it, mate. What a slog. Well played, mate. Well played.
So, with that £25 thing from Blaze TCG, he'll probably buy Fate stuff, but the problem is, I think all the Fate stuff is worth 25 quid.
I was going to say, he'll get away with 1 card if he's lucky.
Brian buying Fate? That's not going to happen.
Nice cancel there for 7 Deadly Sins. Yep. He'll take that.
Like, the biggest beat factor for Garinsky here is the fact he's just cancelling constantly, and that's just keeping him in this game here, because realistically, he's not exactly...
Yep, so this is going for 3 damage here. Crossy accidentally said 2, but it is 3. Yeah. I did confirm that. I'm glad I caught it just to make sure.
He just hard played the level 3 albedo out as well over the Gregory.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Even if somehow Garinsky can deal with this albedo, there's a chance of just another one coming out with the 2/2 still being on the field.
The question is, it's like, how much can Garinsky ride this wave of cancels?
All the way to the end, I think. Hopefully, I think that's what he's got to pray for.
You just hit a climax on refresh and hit a climax in off top as well. So that's pretty.
I mean, this is again at the moment 7 Deadly Sins is ahead on damage, but we are about to get a swing for 1 here. I think we're going to see a response here to try and stop the. Yeah, there we go. There's an anti-change counter, but I don't think it's going to use the anti-change. So yeah. Gets the Gilfunder 10-5, so he does beat the Iron, stopping the reverse, which is pretty good there. Not wasting the stock on the anti-change, which is fair enough.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Clears out that lane. If he's got the Gilfunder climax in hand, he can still just move the Gilfunder over and get another reverse.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, you're end up starting to smoke that Shelter now.
He could have taken the opportunity to use the anti-change to get rid of the level 3 in the back row. But it would have also cost 2 stock and an extra character, I believe. It's a sack counter. Yeah. But he did have the Merlin he could have sacked. I don't think that would have been a terrible idea.
I don't know. I think in a resource.
I think in this situation he needs to keep the stock.
Yeah, it's entirely to keep the stock, keep the characters on the board, because at this point he's almost top decking for what he's playing. Even though he got the combo off last turn, it's not looking good
Are you telling me he's a local regular at Top Deck Inn?
Wait, who?
Because he can't talk about top decking.
Hey! Oh, he just said top deck shit.
Oh, was that the drinking game we were playing, yeah?
Oh, yeah, he said top deck. Fuck.
Interesting. Couldn't have got the Thunder against the Albedo here.
Well, yeah, the Albedo is only 4k.
Yeah, it is one way of getting rid of the 2-2.
I would rather do that and make sure we smack it. Because, again, he's obviously played the Meliodas to even give more power to the Gil Thunder as well. So the Gil Thunder's currently sitting on 10k. The only thing realistically is that he does want to see the Margaret if he can, because he really wants to stop the backup. Oh, he's not even comboing here, he's just going swing. Swings for 3 with the double trigger there. Expecting a neg. Yep, -3 salt, there it is. Absolutely expected that.
Like, not really anything otherwise to say. There's 2 here.
Nice cancel. Nice. Yeah, this is very good damage control by Chronosa here. Very good damage control by the defense. Oh, another cancel as well.
I thought he was all out, but I guess he is now.
5 minutes on time. 5 minutes on time.
5 minutes on time?
Yep.
That would be him refreshing 8 if I
we got another follow, by the way.
I did see.
298 is it now?
Yep, that's 298.
Can we get to 300?
That's the dream.
Come on, Chris. Have to put some work out there, make it 300.
Ooh. Let's see. Yeah, so I think 8 back in here is just increasing the chances of hitting this climax for anything that happens here.
I still can't believe we're going to be finishing after 8 o'clock. It's like the football is also on.
This is more exciting than the football.
Aha.
So, yeah. No clock there. Oh. Yeah. Brinsky quite rightly calling that out. He's moved the Albedo, which puts him past his clock face into his main face. That's a good sport, just letting them take it back. Yeah, that's something that a lot of players don't always think about, is the fact that you've got to clock before you do anything else with your turn after drawing. So if you do anything else, then you've technically passed it.
Liam, you want to remind the viewers of basically what the winner of everything's going to get today?
Yes, so the winner today will receive basically credit towards a booster box from wherever they're from. So these guys in America, so it's probably going to be cheaper for them to actually get it in America. And then obviously as soon as they get the receipt they have actually bought said box, they will get compensated for that. As well as that, first, second and third will get a playmat commemorating the event for their result. And also, like I already said, our top UK player, which was Brian with Log Horizon, will also win a £25 gift card courtesy of Blaze TCG. The mats and the booster box has been funded by ShiokoBot. And again, massive thank you for our sponsors today. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to provide the prize support for today to make it that little more enticing for people to play. So thank you so much to our sponsors today. And if you're listening and you're watching and, you know, you're interested in sponsoring a future event on Weiss and Chill, please let me know. Join my Discord channel. And, yeah. Come check me out, and you know, if you want to sponsor my videos, you want to sponsor any future events, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to speak to people and you know, do this again. At the end of the day, this is all for the community. I take zero profit from this. I just love doing this and providing for the community. It's absolutely great. So thank you for letting me do this. And yeah, if you want to support in the future, please do. Thank you.
I've been using ShiokoBot all throughout this day to bring up translations for the cards as we've been seeing them.
ShiokoBot's great. Freaking love ShiokoBot. If you haven't used ShiokoBot, if you're on my server, or you're on the Weiss and Chill, the Weiss Schwartz hub, or you're on the global Weiss Schwartz TCG server on Discord, all of those have the ShiokoBot bot on it. Strongly recommend checking it out and using it to help you with your Japanese translations, card images if you want to, put cards onto Tabletop Simulator for testing. Strongly recommend giving it a go. So, yeah, it's good fun.
We're seeing Meliodas going to level 3 now. That's going to be a very interesting thing to see how he's going to work off. I can't really see how much stock he's got because it's not
Looks
quite
like 6 or 7 from here.
If it's 7, that's enough. If it's 6, it's just one short.
I don't think he's going to be doing Meliodas this turn.
So yes, so 7 Deadly Sins is on 6 stock currently. I can tell.
If he is doing Meliodas, I don't think you'll be doing 3 considering the albedos on the field.
Yeah.
As well.
Because again, yeah, the anti auto damage thing is kind of relevant there.
Yeah, especially since it's not just in cards that discard battles, but it's also for during the climax phase.
Yep.
Which is sorting out the choice in hand. I wonder what you're going to do here.
Yeah, it just straight ups. You do not take damage during the climax phase, straight up, and then also just during battle phase. Now that is time on the round, so I'm going to let the players know, guys. That is time on the round. You are in overtime. I think for this one, I want to get your players' opinions because it is the finals. Would you like to still remain to the same timing, or would you like to play this out fully? Let's play it out then. Okay, we've got both players' permission to play it out regardless of the situation. So for this one, we are getting rid of time, and it is going to be a full playthrough. Thank you very much.
So Chris, basically, we're gonna go to bed at like 3 a.m.
Funny.
That's early for a tournament day for me.
Not. I want a curry. I've got the house to myself, and I want a curry.
I think I've got a Chinese coming at some
You
point.
don't have the house to yourself.
Yeah, I do. Oh, I've got the cats.
Exactly. They own the house.
You're not wrong. I'm surprised none of them have said hi today. Not a single one has come and said hi on stream, which I'm quite disappointed about.
Yeah, I've had the same issue. They obviously are just too excited watching the stream in another room.
So interesting here. Swinging for 4 here. So is it worth using the next soul counter here? I don't think so. The only advantage here of using the next soul counter now is that it doesn't cost him any extra stock. So it might still be value.
The next soul counters. You think you're going to cancel the 4, but realistically, you're going to take the 4.
And then it actually costs him an extra stock to do it on the next attack.
Yeah,
that would be what's interesting here.
That's the one thing. Does he want 3 or 2 or 3
Whoa,
stocks?
Yo, we did it! Oh, Atlas, he actually said, I'm going to wait to be the 300. We have hit 300 followers. Thank you so much, guys.
Wait, did I miss the follower?
Apparently so.
Because we were at 2898. How did we go from 298 to 300?
Yep, no, we're on 300. That's awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. You guys are legends. We had I think throughout the day we've had like 10 followers during the whole event. So for everyone that's joined, everyone that's been part of the community, thank you so much. It means the world. Honestly, thank you.
That was actually the use of the rest counter there.
It was
denied lane, which is I guess it's paid off because he's still level 2. But
yeah. So I suppose next soul is I see. Didn't even next soul. He just went straight rest counter and just paid 5.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I see. I was like, oh, where's the other 2 stock? Oh.
Well, the rest counter is a more beneficial to the denier swing. So if he cancelled the 4,
yeah.
If he tried to do the next soul on that, he would have.
He's reducing the stock, which is important here. Like it means that if he does decide to do a Meliodas, it literally means that Gorinsky has got 0 stock to play with during his turn.
Konosuke basically needs to figure out what he can do here. He does have the clock kit, so he can get rid of the.
I was about to say the Aura clock kit's just come out, so that might go up against the Meliodas.
Just come out. It was out there last turn.
No, I mean, was it? I thought he just played it. Oh no, he couldn't play it. He couldn't play it. Just played it because he literally had no stock. I am a dumb. Again, I must admit, like seeing this set come around, like Overlord set 2, it is actually it's it's shown that set 2 has been a really well designed addition to the Overlord set, because there are still cards, a very valid card from set 1 still being used. It's not just replacing every single set 1 card and just go, here, set 2, you don't even need set 1. It still requires some set 1 cards to make this deck as powerful as it can be, and I do love that about Overlord set 2. It is a very, very good extension.
I think we've seen that a lot in the recent sets that we should have been releasing our second sets. We've seen a lot of this.
So just confirming that Grinsky has a 0 hand, meaning, you know, Grinsky could try and just do the ping 2s and hope for the best, because there is no Albedo out.
Wait, so what you're telling me is Grinsky is playing Infinities?
Yes. And it's the wrong stat. So again, you see the level 2 Albedo staying in the back row because he is playing the wrong standby. So this could actually work out in Gorinsky's favour here.
It does work out for...
How big's the middle, though? Is it not? It's not going to realistically beat over that Meliodas, is it?
It is 14.5.
Yes, it's 14.5. Meliodas is 13. And when he's got no backups... sorry, Meliodas is 14, sorry.
Yeah.
So it's still, the Aura is bigger by 500. The 2 did stick, though. The first full counter did stick, so...
So, if he can get a trigger on stick,
I just heard that I kind of misplayed. Oh, no. Oh, no, the Aura is smaller. Sorry. The Aura is smaller. Yeah, burn 2. Another 2 sticks. 3 in standby. Probably going to standby over the... yeah, and then basically increase the power. There we go. So now the Aura is bigger than the Meliodas.
Yeah. Or is now...
Actually using the Gregory as well here.
It's 16.
Oh, he should have stopped. He got greedy and went for the 4. But he does get the Albedo to hand.
Though. It's not the worst. It's not great, but just the fact that he's got 1 card left in deck means that it's going to go back in at least.
Yeah, exactly. And say the Aura is now 16k, so it's now beating the Meliodas.
They're just working at power here, so 16 versus the Meliodas.
Yeah, confirming 16k on the Aura.
Does this free stick?
Cancels. No. That's big for 7 Deadly Sins here. Again, they've got no stock to play with. They've got no Encore to play with. He's just going to have to let him go. He's just got, he's got 0 choice.
Yep, the saying to keep the hand is doing the clock kick for the following turn.
Wait, why is it reversed?
Oh, no, they matched.
They matched?
Wait.
How big?
Oh, I'm confirming now. Hold on, guys. How big was the... So the Aura was 16k. I agree with that. How big was the Meliodas? How was it 16? So 2k from itself. 2k from the Lisbeth. So 11, 13, 14, right?
Oh, it's 13k on its own, isn't it?
Oh, of course, the cross-turn power from its combo. So 11, 12, 13. That's 15 though, right?
Liz is 2k and then the 2 center assists.
So base 9, 2k from itself makes it 11. 2k from the Lisbeth is 13. Oh, it's 3k. Oh, of course it is. I apologize. Yes, thank you very much. It gained the power from the Lisbeth. Yeah, thank you very much. Yep. So it was tie. It was 16k. Yeah, it was. That is correct.
Wait, Lisbeth gives out 3k.
Yeah, so it would have been the 2k and then also the 1k from its other effect.
Oh yeah, forget about that one.
Yeah, specifically, it's 1k global to all Meliodas to the rescue, and then it's a 2k level 3 assist.
Good thing the players are on top of that.
I know, right?
That is not for commentators. It's obviously for players.
The question is now: can he get the 3 damage to stick?
Yeah, this is what it comes down to. Not even 3; it's just 2 damage.
Is he not on 3-3?
He's on 3-4.
Is it 3-4?
Yeah, that's 3-4, and the refresh will put him to 3-5. So yeah, it's 3-4 for Chronosei.
Man, I'm trying to make that out. It looks 3-3 to me because it feels like one of the cards.
No, it's definitely 3-4. 100% 3-4. I can see 4 of the levels.
Because it feels like it's just overlapping in a nice casual way. But either way. Well, he does have the clock kick as well, so it's just like...
He has the clock kick, but it's still costing him 2 cards in hand. And I think that following the last turn, like, he just doesn't want to use that 2 cards in hand as much as he can. Make sure he's got those swings for the following turn. The Meliodas shouldn't be as big as it was last turn. You go with this turn.
Right, so it's a question of... He's got 1-1-2 essentially, or is he going to go 1-1-1? Because realistically, 1-1-1 seems a lot more consistent here. And the off chance you do hit a trigger.
It is one of those, do you go for the 1-1-1 or do you go for the just slightly more higher damage, which means that you're less punished if it's cancelled on the second one. It's always one of those awkward ones to do.
Anyone want to buy me a coffee? I'm going to be up here for another few hours because...
Oh. Picking that up, I think you just do, yeah.
Really?
Oh, trying to push Soul
So
here.
3-2-2.
Yeah. Oh no, this is a side attack. This is a side attack for 2. Interesting. Interesting. This is a very clever play.
I really like this play. I think the only thing I don't like about this play is the fact that if it doesn't pay off at all, the 1-0s, the 2-1's still on the field.
That's true.
Swing back.
That is true, but I think he wasn't beating it anyway. And worse comes to worse, if he was beating it, he'd just use it to power pump and he wouldn't care.
Yeah.
So I don't think it particularly matters. But this is a massive cut happening now. Oh no, I wouldn't want to be in Kronosei's situation right now. There we go. So refresh damage. Oh, and then there's a 3 extra on the bottom. There we go. So refresh. And the damage sticks. 7 Deadly Sins has won the Weiss and Chill Christmas Bonanza. Wow.
What a great time for it to win as well. A week before second set.
Oh, what? Oh, and after that, the top 3 cards. Never look at the next cards. Never look at the best. Never look at the next cards. There are 2 climaxes in the next 3 cards. 3 in the 3 in the next 5 cards. Wow, what a game! That is actually crazy. Hi guys, I'm just going to very quickly bring you over to here. You guys should be live on mic as well now. Grinsky Cross, what a game! Grinsky, congratulations! And what a time to do it. 7 Deadly Sins getting a new set next week, showing that set 1 still has what it takes. Yeah, wow. I've got a couple of things to ask about that game, a couple of decisions that were made. I was like, oh, that's curious. I'd love to see the thought process behind those. But first of all, Kronosei, how I heard you say earlier that obviously you're still learning the set and you've literally just picked up Overlord. How are you finding it?
It's actually I've been playing Choice Goldbar for a while, and not much of a standby, but I learned a lot from Japanese player recently while I was playing with him. Yeah. Other than like not able to get whatever you want, unless you reverse with your level 1 combo, it's kind of sad. But if it goes well, then like you have a decent level 2 game with defense. Yeah. And when you go to level 3, you still have like enough defense while you burn, and also stopping them from burning. Yeah, which I didn't able to do because I couldn't get my standby.
Yeah, so it just seemed really unlucky. Like you was in a situation. Yeah. There was a couple of decisions where, you know, that last turn, I think a couple of turns before, where you decided to use the rest counter over the neg soul counter.
I don't think I had the neg soul in my hand.
Did you not add it from the combo previous turn? I saw you did.
No, Is it the turn before? No, I didn't combo. That's why.
Oh,
No,
you
yeah,
didn't.
it was
That's right. You
2
didn't combo.
turns.
That's right. Yeah, that was 2. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So
I
you
wasn't
had
able to
next
do
soul.
combo.
Ah, I
Yeah.
see. I see.
I had to do soul defense because I don't think I was gonna survive another turn. Maybe if I'm lucky.
Yeah, I saw that he's in a situation where you just had to sort of go for it, and
Yeah.
I think that there was a point where, again, I think coming to Grinsky, the full counter there, being able to actually get that off without having to worry about the level 3 irons being there, just meant that you was able to deal that auto damage. Obviously, otherwise you wouldn't have been able to. That proved pretty vital.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I was thinking to rest counter, then hope that I draw the climax to do combo, but
Yeah.
didn't get the right combo. So.
I mean, to be fair, I was terrified of you, like, throughout the entire game. Until we got to level 3, like, you were... you had board
Yeah, I
presence.
didn't get a single standby that I wanted. It was all, like, level 1, and I tried to dig hard as possible, but no. Yeah, no combo.
No.
It's a hard climax combo rely on deck, this 8 standby. But... that's why there's a lot of way. I have like 3-4 cards away to get it, but I have failed to do it. So unlucky. Yeah.
Yes, I guess moving over to Gorinsky then. There was a couple of times when you had the opportunity to potentially go into the Guild Thunder level 2. I see at level 1 when I think there was a time when you actually got bigger. And whether you just didn't have the climax or you knew your deck state wasn't worth pushing the combo. It was about mid-level 1, I think it was. Was it a matter of did you have the climax and just decide not to do it, or
No, I didn't have the Guild Thunder. I had both pieces. I had the level 0 no counter, and I had the climax itself. But you saw that turn I was brainstorming to try to get one, and when I hit the brainstorm, I went through about half my deck, and there were no Guild Thunders.
So you couldn't even get the Guild Thunder to play it. You tried.
Right.
As part of your brainstorm, you was trying to hit a Guild Thunder to actually get one. Right, makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why you even saw me the following turn. I still had to dig into my deck with the Elizabeth to pull one out.
Yeah. God, that makes a lot of sense now. Jesus, yeah. Wow, that's something I didn't realize. Again, without seeing what your hands are, obviously we only get so much information, so it's interesting to hear that side. And I think there was a point. Again, I think he was going into your final turn, or it was Gorinsky's final turn, and obviously you had like turn before you had no cards in hand. You only had the 2 stock because of the rest counter the previous turn. You only had the stock just to do the full counters, and he was like, "Well, this is what I've got."
This is like definition of playing, all out. Like I literally played out every single turn. I mean, Kronos, to your credit, because of board presence, you were keeping my hand size down. I think it was 3 cards or less.
Yeah.
We commented at the whole time.
The 2-1 shout here, I thought I could still use the event, so that I put it in front, so you cannot get reversed. But I read it wrong. I thought it was no backup only, but then
back is no backup or events is pretty big.
Yeah, I was thinking to either chomp a lane and then make this 2 really big so you can't combo, or make everything big, and because I thought event was allowed, but no, it wasn't.
Yeah,
very very hard to shell up 3 lanes in this current set.
Yeah, so I love like the Guild Thunder level 2 combo. I actually rate it so much. I think, it's one of those. It's I feel given that it's on a stock soul, is probably one of the best triggers or one of the best climax types for that combo because you're gaining your stock. You've normally got enough around to get you to like 9-10k, sometimes more than that, which is normally enough to actually do what you need to do at the time you need to do it. Like, I don't think you need to worry about the extra soul, or not, you also get the extra soul, but you don't need to really worry about the extra power. The extra stock, the actual like double trigger as well is just nice for those extra pushes where it could just win games. Like, I know that enough from being a 2 soul player. I genuinely think the stock soul is the perfect climax type for it. Would you agree, or do you think there's actually a better option? Maybe like a
no. like one of the issues I have with this set is there's not a great level 1 climax combo. The Elaines are probably the most consistent.
Yes.
They give you the most ult opportunity, but in the like backup dependent meta that we're kind of in with all the tap counters from Hololive,
Yep.
MTI, now, you know, Overlord, you really have to be able to play against that.
Yep.
And both the Gil and the Meliodas help you do that. You can just ignore all of it.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more with that. That's interesting. And I guess a little bit of an off topic, obviously you play set 1, 7 Deadly Sins, 7 Deadly Sins set 2 is coming next week.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that'll do? Like, would you still go with the level 2 Gilfunder, or would you potentially go back to the level 1 choice Lisbeth and go 8 choice with the Escanor, or would you use the new Merlin?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm anxious to see like the full set to see, you know, if there are any other level 1s. Like something I'm really interested in is getting the wanted posters from set 1.
Yes, I've got quite a few of those, to be fair.
I would love a level 1 7 Deadly Sin character that can just make that work, because I feel one of the downsides to this, and the reason why, if you check my deck list, I'm running 4 of the bonds. Deck speed is kind of an issue, especially with the
posters mill 7, which is the nice deck speed, which is why, again, like you said, talking about the Elaine from set 1, obviously that is usually the most consistent because it gives you that extra deck speed that 7 Deadly Sins just doesn't have. And if you go for anything but the Elaine, or to a degree the Elizabeth, like, you just got 0 deck speed.
So I want to butt in for a minute here, because we've just had some 7 Deadly Sin set 2 card reveals, and there is one card that catches my eye.
Oh god.
And so you discard 1 card from your hand to your waiting room and put 1 character from your stage into your waiting room. When it's placed on stage, you may salvage 1 and then give something 1k.
Wait, what? Is it in... Let me have a look. That's
You ditch your card and sack
the goat. No, the gopher.
King.
Yeah, the king, the level 0. The Deadly Sin rare.
Yeah, it's
ooh. What? That's interesting.
It's a no stock cost drop salvage.
Yeah, that's interesting. Huh. So it's a ditch 1, sack 1, salvage, give a K. Huh. And that's in green, which is pretty good. Huh.
It should be good for your Gil Thunder. So if you have the climax, it's like, I get this back to my hand.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, it's literally the Deadly Sin rares have all been revealed now. Interesting.
Last thing I do want to point out with the deck, and Eliasis, if anybody is familiar with him, I had a chance to run it. And what I learned, unfortunately, this was after the cutoff for deck registration, so I couldn't make the change. I actually didn't want to run this level 1 Meliodas, and I should have been running the level 1 King.
Yes.
Because that one gives the power pump on attack. So for anybody out there that wants to run... Yes. If you want to run a better version, take this out, because this was not ideal.
Yeah, because it's the... Obviously, that is a give 2k to itself and give 2k elsewhere. It's a weird one.
It's also... color to the level 1 green that you're going to have.
Yeah, so ideally you'd rather have if you're going level 1 green again, because you're level 2, you want to keep more green. You've already got the level 0, the level 1 Diane, the one that gets big against level 2s. It makes sense to keep green, and the king is the perfect choice. Yeah, I agree with
that. What we need now is basically we need an emergency ban list for 7 Deadly Sins.
Imagine.
I'm gonna say though that like literally everybody I played against today, I think 5 of them were JP decks.
Sure.
That I kind of had to learn on the fly.
Yeah, because you're not much of a JP player. You are like mainly English, like purely English, right?
I never have played in JP. All the tournaments I do are NA. I don't really check out JP sets.
Sure.
So yeah, for me, this was kind of like I had to do a lot of learning on the run, but I love some of those sets. Like this Overlord set is
Overlord set 2 is I don't think they've announced Overlord set 2 yet for English, but they've done the reprints. I think it's a safe bet that it should come to English. And if it does, my word. I think it's going to be
standby is not the only deck that's great. So choice go bar, door go bar. The other deck is also great. But you can like nuke the opponent's board while burning one time, fire up to 5 times, and then encore phase. It's like
I legit like set 2 Overlord is actually super hype, and I hope it comes
like the 1/0 shell tier, the clock draw 3.
Yeah.
It's a very good card, I have to say.
So I've got the set 1 stuff, so I'm hoping that set 2 comes to English, so I will commit to that. I do love myself some Overlord.
I can guarantee you it'll be a top tier list.
Oh, 100%. 100%. It's going to compete. Again, it competes with Quint's movie. Like, it does compete with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They both don't have stock swap, but still, like, it'll definitely...
Yeah.
But power-wise, Overlord is not great, I have to say.
Yeah, because again, we was looking at the Overlord list, and we were saying like, 15 level zeros, blah blah blah. It's a standby deck. It's not going to have much soul output. Well, actually, it's running 25 soul triggers. So the issue of standby decks not being able to pump damage, Overlord kind of omits that by having so many soul triggers, as well as again how easy it is just to get your 2/2s out and just again attack with base 2 souls. It's quite a big thing.
It is.
Right. Well, on that note, I think we're going to finally close this event. I'll reach out to both of you regarding your prizes, and I'll get them sent out as soon as I can, as soon as I've got the mats finally made. So then we'll get your addresses and whatnot, and we'll get it sent out to you as soon as we can. I'll reach out to you, Grinsky, regarding your box and how we're going to sort out all that for you.
Okay.
That's all good. Thank you very much, guys. Oh, sorry.
Here's the big thing, Liam. Because if Connor see it was Australia, I presume he'll know Matt Walters. If I see him at Worlds,
I know Matt Walters.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can just basically take the map
next week.
I can take the map over to Wells and give it him and get him to give it you.
Oh, that would work. Yeah, that saves on postage that way. That would work. Yeah, that's good. That's a good point. Grinsky, you're in the States, aren't you?
I am, and hang around. Let me know when we're off stream because I want to ask you about something.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Well, in that case, then we're going to end that stream there. So, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Again, if you haven't already, please hit that follow button. We finally hit that 300 followers. Thank you so much. And again, to everyone that played today, everyone that helped on the staff, to our sponsors, thank you so much. Meliodas takes the win. And Seven Deadly Sins are our champions of the Xmas Bonanza.
Time to bring out my 7 sins as well.
This is
somewhere in the box.
This is where I change my deck now. Saying, oh no, I need to get my Meliodas back. It's fine. I'm going to buy those as soon as I can. Like I said, thank you.
Thanks for the awesome game, Grinsky.
No, that was a fantastic game to watch. It really was. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye. Let's go.